Good evening, peace. My name is Scripps, and welcome to a little game I found on itch.io called Breathe. Now, I know that my viewer base and my subscriber base isn't the biggest in the world, not by a long shot, but there might be some of you out there who need this, because this is a game about anxiety, and I know that certainly I would like to see someone's view on anxiety portrayed through an interactive story, because I have some history with anxiety. Me and anxiety, we've had our bouts. So let's see what this game is about. But it just basically spawned in this room. Do I just click? This is a weird room, by the way. It has a bunch of different pictures of what's that, murder, people hanging, and some disturbing pictures down there. I don't know what it is, but the game itself actually had a pretty cute, like, ooh face on it. Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't like the way my... Oh. I don't like the way my breathing bends. Where am I? Oh, frick, is this a horror game? I'm trying to understand what's on the wall here. Because, also... Oh, so this is the way I can see... Whoa, what's that? Is that a big TV? Is that why? But yeah, there's many different ways to get anxiety, and there's many different types of anxiety. Oh, hi. Boobs, McGee, doll, kind of creepy. But there's many different kinds of anxiety that you can get. So, I don't know which one this touches on, it just said anxiety in general. Oh. What am I playing? It just feels like I need to breathe and not breathe at certain moments to be able to get through. Oh, I much prefer the breathing view though. Seems a lot nicer and... Oh, but it bends reality every time I do it. What? What was that? Was that pills? What was that? Is that a gun? I swear I better not be hearing a gun right now. Oh, I hate this area. It's definitely like a gunshot I'm hearing, right? Whoa. Well, I can walk through the fire and the flames, that's sweet. No, but yeah, okay, so... There's also a kind of thing that I've noticed with these kind of games. Either they're actually made to have some sort of story, to explain what it's like, to explain to someone who hasn't gone through it maybe, to explain to them what anxiety is like. Or, then it's basically a type of video game where it doesn't really have a lot of sense in it, and it's more of a product for the developer to be able to, vent their frustrations through. When it, in this case, comes to anxiety. I just want to keep breathing. The keep breathing thing seems nice. I like the cross. Although I don't think hyperventilating is supposed to be a good thing. I doubt that's what this game would, motivate. Don't like the giant lady over here. You're not just a regular, you're a big lady. And I hate the music. What was that? Did I see... Oh, those are lips. I was saying that looks like burnt faces, but it's just lips. Okay, we're good, ladies and gentlemen. Thus far. Oh no, maybe not. Nope, end of the road, okay. Oh. Am I just supposed to find all the things? Is that it? Oh, here we are. Oh, but there's only some of these that are interactable. But some of them disappear when I do that. I'm gonna guess it's just that one. I don't know, but from this point of view, kind of seems like social anxiety, because there's a bunch of magazines, and that kind of like represents media representation of how you'd look, but there's also a history one, so maybe I'm completely wrong. Oh, where was the key? You should have seen the website for this. It looked like just an uwu ice cream. And it said it talked about anxiety. It was very weird. Also not the most upvoted game in the world. Like, I think it's a pretty fresh game. Meme. Did you just literally dump all your thoughts onto this? Kinda seems like it, doesn't it? Oh no. Oh, there it is! The big ooh ice cream. That's the ice cream that was on the front page. Lucky him. Oh. Oh, this road opened up. Wait. Okay, I thought I saw something, but it's just the world disappearing for a while. It's just the world phasing in and out of existence, guys. No need to worry. The only thing that I've been able to kind of like piece together is that this looks like pill bottles. Open pill bottles. But I'm unsure. Okay, so that's not a gunshot. Those aren't gunshots. Those are just... They're just your everyday explosions that'll cave in places for you when you need it. But yeah, I guess this would be the appropriate time to mention something that I actually have already mentioned. I mentioned it in my other playthrough of a game kind of similar called... Oh, what's it called? This game has no purpose or something like that. An indie game that came out not long ago about these types of heavy subjects. Wait, there's something down here. I'll talk to you guys later about that. What is happening here? This is some weird mumbo-jumbo crap. And it looks like I'm places I am not meant to be. I am, as a matter of fact, stuck. Oh, I'm free, I'm free. It just took a bunch of spamming, but I'm not gonna get myself stuck anywhere again. Great. Hello. Gunshot. Lovely. My favorite. Oh. Did I die completely? No, don't tell me I have to start over again. But yeah, I guess this would be the appropriate time to mention that I have gone through some of this kind of stuff myself. And actually, like despite appearances, or appearances just despite my very hyper personality, then I actually have gone through stuff like this myself. And it's actually one of the reasons that I wanted to do YouTube in the first place. It's because, well, not only because I wanted to be heard. That's a goal for a lot of people who go on YouTube, that is to be heard. I don't do it for the fame, especially not the money. Trust me, if I did it for the money, would have quit a long time ago, baby. But, it's one of the primary reasons that I'm doing this is because I want to spread awareness of mental illness and stuff like that. Because I've been inspired by a crap ton of people on YouTube. YouTube is one of my favorite inspiration sites. There's a lot of people on here that offer very good advice, but there's not a lot of big YouTubers who, well, there's a lot of them that share like the story of burnout. There's a lot of people who talk about burnout, a place that I've also been in, but there's not a lot of people who are very experienced with like different. And that's not to be an asshole. I'm just talking like out of the circle of YouTubers that I'm interested in, which is kind of like the artsy gaming kind of thing, especially the gaming part. There are a lot of artists out there that are kind of that have a lot of mental stuff to talk about and a lot of baggage they want to talk about with their fans, which I think is great. But especially in the gaming department, there seems to be a missing like representation of a person who's gone through this sort of stuff. So if anyone asked me right now what my goal was to become on YouTube, then it would be something like become the next big gaming channel or something like that. But not for the reasons that you'd think, but because I would not only be a friend you'd be able to watch and who would be able to entertain you when you were down, but I would actually be a YouTuber and a gaming YouTuber that a lot of people who are going through a tough time would be able to relate to. Or I would be able to understand their feelings, is what I'm saying. That I've gone through different kinds of mental illnesses in the first place could be, of course, called a curse. But it's also, like, being here now, after it's all over, after the tide has passed, then I view it almost as a blessing, because I've been able, not only exactly that, in my personal life, I've been so fortunate to I have learned so much. I've learned so much from those horrible years that I had, and through that I've been able to actually help a bunch of people in my personal life. And I don't want to do that on just like the small scale that is, oh wow, it's actually kind of pretty. Or not on the small scale, of course, every single thing you do is like so helpful. Whoa, 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 don't throw me through the ground again. But every small thing helps. But my dream that I've been working at for so long has just been to do it on a larger scale. Because I would love if the Markiplier or the Jacksepticeye or whatever gaming YouTuber I watched when I was going through this stuff, I would love if they actually understood my feelings that I had at that time. And even though I don't have them, or have a lot of those thoughts anymore, that I've been forever changed by them, and I'll never forget how it was being in that position. And the fact that there's also a crap ton of teens and young adults and stuff that are watching gaming YouTubers and like art YouTubers, those are kind of like the main demographic of most YouTubers and gaming YouTubers. Then it's also a demographic that's probably the most hit by mental illness, or at least the most, at least of what we know. The other generations are being kind of silent about it. If they have any sort of disease themselves, we don't really hear much from them. But I know that a lot of young adults and teenagers are going through this stuff. And I think it's just because people are learning to talk about it more, but I also think that there's some definite things about being a teenager and being a young adult at this, like in this age, that can be really stressful. Like I have had so many people just in my class, just in my personal life, like common friends and people that I find funny all the time, and then I just talk to them. But then I ask them one day, like they made a lot of jokes about like depression and suicide, and like, you know, that it's edgy humor, right? But then it really helped that I one day asked. I'm so happy that I did it, but I actually asked the person, even days later, even though it was days later, then I still asked, you made a bunch of jokes during this party, but as a friend I want to know if there's anything I should be concerned about. Oh, look at that. And asking that was like opening a can of worms. But it sounds weird, but opening a can of worms in the best way possible. Because I learned so much about this person just by asking that question, and like saying that I was available to talk to, and that they didn't need to feel awkward about talking to me. I completely forgot about the breathing part. But yeah, I guess that just goes towards saying that while we might not see it like in our everyday, because a lot of people, they don't talk about it. I mean, or they don't want to share their vulnerability with a lot of people. But just from having that bit of knowledge, then I found out that so many people do have these concerns, they do have these problems, that they wish someone could they wish they could relate to someone who had those feelings. And I guess that's my, like, if I had to choose a main reason for becoming if I were asked right now, what's your pitch? If you come with a good pitch right now, we'll make you a big YouTuber or something. If anything like that were to happen, I mean, it's just hypothetical, but if I was to give a pitch on why I should be the next YouTuber, the next big gaming YouTuber or something, then it's because I would want to be there for a lot of people the way that once again, it's just to put out some examples, the way that Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, like the big three gamers, I would like to be there for my subscribers the same way they were for their subscribers. But I would want to relate to those people on a much more personal level. Especially those people who really need it. So if someone came up to me one day, or I talked to someone one day, or someone wrote in the comments one day that they were going through a tough time with anxiety and depression or bad self-esteem and just hard times in general, then I wouldn't be in a position where I would say, I can't really help you because I don't really understand that perspective. I would be able to say, I completely get that. And not just as I can put myself in your shoes, no, I were in your shoes once. And that's why even though I've gone through some tough times, and I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy for someone to go through that type of stuff, then I don't regret it one bit. I would go through it again. Because even if this YouTube thing doesn't work out to become anything bigger, then still, because I went through that stuff, then I had the tools and the knowledge to be able to reach out, or like I could understand the cues, so I was able to reach out and help just someone else, even if it was only one person. I mean, I've already helped several, but even if it was just one person, then that for me would make it so worth it. And you could take that as sappy or stupid, whatever you want, but you're gonna be okay. Escape when you're ready. Yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't actually paid attention much to the game. Oh, yeah, there were pill bottles. I freaking knew it. Or maybe they're those milk bottles, I don't know. But yeah, once again, it was not to be sappy, but it's just, I'm very happy and very like positive on my YouTube videos, and that's not to be fake. That's absolutely not my idea of it. But I want to reach that point where I am a big enough channel that I can open up and talk to people, and just that alone will be, I don't know, enough for some other people to open up and to ask for help, or, I don't know, seek guidance in some way. It sounds so weird and selfish of me to want that, but that's been my dreams ever since. Like, I already dreamed of becoming a YouTuber since I was like 11 or something, but going through those things at like 15 till 18 and still kind of dealing with it to this day has only enforced my passion for it. But yeah, anyway, back to the game. If I were to talk about the game, then I actually did enjoy this little experience, especially when we got up here. I didn't understand a whole crap ton of it. And it does feel like venting. It does feel like just smacking all your thoughts into one big box. And I completely forgot about this mechanic after. But it's actually because I like the view of space more than I like the view of the sky. I would love to someday be able to go to like a national park with no light pollution or anything and just look up at the stars and actually be able to see the Milky Way. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I did enjoy the experience, even though it was very silent and it was very... Like, I get what you mean. You start at the bottom, you move to the top. The bottom is very claustrophobic and you have to breathe all the time. You have to breathe all the time to be able to get out through it. But then once you get out here, the space opens up, you know? And you suddenly find yourself that you don't need it. Like, you don't need those breathing exercises anymore. And then you can just climb your way up. So it's a sweet story. Anyway, I'm sorry that this episode turned out to be sappy and very ranty and not gameplay focused at all. Wow. Gameplay focused at all. I'm sorry about that, but... And this probably won't get a lot of views either, because this is the type of game that people won't click on, and it's the type of like rants that people will likely click away from unless they have some kind of personal interest in it. But even if this is just for myself or like a couple of people who are watching this through, then just know that I intend on going on with this YouTube channel all the way. Like, I might not talk about exactly how passionate I am about doing YouTube often, but just know that if you put your faith in me, And if you believe in me, and you help me believe in myself when it comes to finishing this great, or not, I'll probably never finish, but getting this project that I want to get off the ground started, if you're one of those people who will help me do that, then I'll be forever thankful. Because I'll be here, I won't quit. It's just a question about, for me, pretty much how fast it's gonna happen. That's how dedicated I am to the subject. But once again, sorry for ending. But I'm very happy that you stuck along, and if you watch this to the end, you're a freaking bro. You don't even need to write anything in the comments, but if you did watch to the end, it would be nice to just see you kind of like write in the comment, like, even if it's just like, I watched till the end, or something you wrote in the comments, then that would, like, I would appreciate that so much, because that means that you sat through the whole thing and listened to my story. I think that not a lot of people have done. And I appreciate it a lot. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.